Screw a Blind Wave. I'm Eric.
I'm Calvin.
Aaron.
And rejoice, for there is a new mayor of New York City, the 112th mayor, in fact, winning 53% of the vote. Wilson Fisk has taken his place atop.
Just like the Muppets.
Yes.
And Jason.
Yes. Last episode on Daredevil Born Again, one of our best friends died. It ruined the friendship of our other best friend. She's in San Francisco. We're going on dates, and both with Wilson Fisk and this new lady. I thought Wilson Fisk's date was quite good. Maybe my favorite scene of the entire first episode.
It was quite good.
If you haven't seen our reaction, go check it out. If you haven't seen our reaction to the first version of this show, go check those out.
The first scene was
we look a little younger. I think all of us do, though. All right.
I definitely do.
Yeah.
He definitely did.
I think I look better.
Loving memory of Kamar dos Los Reyes.
I don't know who it is. We'll look it up.
Who's that?
I don't know.
We get it previously on? No, I don't want to say it again.
Thank you, New York. Vanessa and I, we offer our deepest regards. It's humbling to be sitting here.
Rogers the musical.
We know how to take care of ourselves. We don't need a gun-toting vigilante who wears a skull on his chest, or a man who dresses in a spider outfit,
Spider-Man.
or a guy who wears devil horns to save
Is
us.
it a thing?
Daredevil.
Is that meme?
Yeah.
I just can't.
What are you gonna do? Move to Boston? You hate the Celtics.
Hey, buddy, this doesn't concern you.
Hey, you're beating on a guy who can't defend himself. It concerns me. I said, stay out of it.
Oh man, we're in a subway. Someone could fall on the tracks.
Go.
Oh, jeez.
Is this plainclothes white tiger, maybe?
Oh.
He's got good moves.
He does.
Oh!
Damn, man. Pick up the phone. You called it.
We should fight in the grass.
Right? One train in this show.
NYPD, do not move.
NYPD?
Well, that's fucked.
Well,
Why were you fighting this guy then?
that guy needs a lawyer.
That guy does need a lawyer.
And I'm sorry if this is heading into personal territory. Your wife?
Not been present or what?
What about Vanessa?
She needs to be there.
However, Vanessa's resistance to being part of the narrative is hurting you with more traditional voters.
Could you grant us a little leeway?
Absolutely, sir.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more leeway that is asked for.
Do you have any idea of how long this will take? Because I'm taking this to work. I can't miss a
Here's what's gonna happen, cop killer. You are gonna sign a confession.
You know what? I told a colleague I'd check on a client of theirs. Let me do that. I'll call you later if I have an update, okay?
They're beating that guy.
Yeah, I think so.
Hector Ayala?
Hector what?
Ayala?
You're still pretty wired, I'm sure. Everything's a little fuzzy. We'll need to go over it a few more times before the arraignment, but for now, that's all we need to do.
They can't afford you.
Don't worry about that. I'd still like to represent you. You're in good hands, Hector.
Wait, hold up. You're blind?
So your advice to the newly inaugurated mayor of New York is that he do nothing?
What's going on here?
It's that big hole. We'll be around it in like a minute.
Infrastructure crumbling?
That looks like a Hulk.
She-Hulk jumping around? Was it She-Hulk? Did She-Hulk come to New York? Or he went to LA.
He went to LA.
LA, right?
Yeah.
To get his outfit.
I want you to stop what you're doing and fill that hole. You have the equipment and the manpower.
Hey, sorry, sir. It's the red tape. We're waiting on the...
Politicians actually went out and did that. I'd vote for him.
This is how politicians used to get shit done.
No!
And then cities just got too big, and you need to
He's gonna take
send
off his
paperwork
jacket
to
and
people
start
and shit. No, this is huge for him. It's like, get this ship fixed right now.
Filling a hole like this, it's not rocket science. Remember I told you that I'd get things done.
Well, it looks like it's on an overpass, so that is bad.
That would be good. That'd be really bad.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, I think he might be innocent.
You can barely handle your current caseload.
A high-profile
I would have to
case
sit
like this is
second
not the
chair.
worst thing in
It
the
is
world.
exactly the opposite of what this firm needs right now.
Okay, so my old partner Midtown slipped me the police report. The other cop said there was no victim. He said that it was an unprovoked attack.
You need to find that guy.
You said we take on the hard cases.
And impossible odds work is what we do here.
Just gotta stay in the system. You're gonna fight hard in that system.
Mm-hmm. He needs to fight hard in this system so he doesn't start fighting in the other one.
And do some digging on Hector for me. There's something about his story that doesn't track.
Wait, he's innocent or his story doesn't track?
Both.
Yeah, they can both be true.
What's he not saying?
I think he's the White Tiger or something like that.
What does the Ayala family have to say about this?
That's all for now. Thank you.
How does it feel to know that Mayor Fisk will be watching this trial very closely?
So what, you think the White Tiger is a thing he's not talking about?
Yeah.
Even though it's not related to like what was happening?
Yeah, I don't think it's related at all, but there's something that he's keeping a secret that Matt's cluing in on.
Like if they find it or something, he's worried about it
Sure.
or something?
Because that could point to a pattern of vigilantism, right? And he was sticking his nose in where he didn't really belong, and it
Yeah,
caused
sure.
the death of a cop. Maybe they could use that as a...
Was it vigilantism that he was doing and his
Yeah.
Fisk is tracking down?
Oh, shit.
What?
It's the Hawk.
Hawkbird?
The Hawk.
Oh, the DA.
Assistant DA? Or
This
was
is
it
the guy that,
full DA?
that Fisk was gonna meet, right? Hawk?
Yeah.
Given the serious nature of the charges, people ask that the defendant be remanded without bail.
Your Honor, the defense would
People's
ask...
motion is granted.
Your Honor, if I could...
Said bail is denied.
Mr. Ayala is a decorated Army veteran. He has no record. He served as a CPA for 15 years. He's a pillar of his community.
He's also accused of killing a New York City police officer.
Accused. Not guilty.
You're going good hands, top killers.
It's gonna be okay.
Could be tough for Matt not to follow that guy you heard.
Your coverage of my campaign was spot on. And not for nothing, you're one of the first people to take me seriously. BB. Is that short for something? Beatrice, Betty?
Just BP. I was named for my uncle.
Ben Urich.
Uncle. Uncle Ben? Really?
Eric.
I knew him. He was a good journalist.
She is struggling to keep a composed face.
One of my sources at the NYPD tells me that Gallo is now poised to resign. And Gallo is a celebrated police commissioner, maybe the most beloved the city has ever seen. That puts you in a big fat bind. The NYPD's rank and file are planning on standing behind their guy in protest of you, Mr. Mayor. The force is already woefully understaffed, and you've got vigilantes picking up the slack.
Said 30% a year ago. Was down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And thanks for coming today.
You're very welcome.
What's her name?
Thank you so much for coming in.
Glenn? Heather Glenn?
That's right.
Dr. Glenn, I need help. Are you taking any new clients?
I can always move things around. Here's my email.
Could you?
Of course.
This Fisk dude.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He kind of reminds me of Wesley a little bit.
A little bit.
Played beautifully. Really, thank you very much. Thanks, guys. All right?
At the
We'll see you.
Probably. Gallo, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see right through you, Fisk. You're not a
Mayor who loves his city. You're a whiny kid who wants everyone to love him. A monster trying to rewrite his legacy. But guess what? It's too late. Once a thug, always a thug. See you around, Kingpin.
If you believe that, that's a very dangerous way to speak to him. I think he's trying. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I feel like he's trying.
Prove him wrong.
I don't know what he's trying to do. He's trying to do something.
Matt Murdock and this woman here are the two best lawyers I've ever seen, so... Now, if I could just get Hector sued for court...
Okay, it's on the bed. I can get it together.
No, you just stay on top.
Let me look around.
Mm-hmm.
Soledad, whatever's going on between you and Hector.
It's interesting that she changes seats so that it gets her line of sight off the doorway.
Yeah, generally, Matt would do this type of thing when he was Daredevil, right? He's trying not to.
Anything's possible.
Little by little, that fades. Things changed. Hector, he's not the man I married.
Mm-hmm. Talisman!
Mm-hmm. Talisman-y.
Okay, so this fantasy of ours. What happens after the Mai Tais?
Oh, the possibilities are endless. Mm-hmm. Maybe, later I can give you a taste.
Take the check, please.
I was expecting him to spit into his glass or something.
Take it.
Yeah, it's sex.
You'll make it up to me later.
With interest, I promise.
I'll collect.
Jerry, talk to me.
Guess what I found?
White Tiger. Really?
You were investigating me.
We talked for hours and you neglect to tell me that you moonlight as a vigilante.
I wasn't in a suit or wearing my amulet. I had no extra powers. It's not relevant.
It's relevant.
Well, you seem pretty busy, so I'll get right to the point. I'm resigning my post, effective tonight at midnight. And due to unforeseen scheduling conflicts, I will not be able to stay on to help with the transition.
Cheesesteaks are great in Philly. I think that the best is one I've found. It's actually right outside of the city. D'Angelo's in King of Prussia. Casinos kind enough to drive down there and pick me one up for lunch. It was delicious. The concept of compromise.
Yeah, like a second family or something.
It's been on my mind a lot. So I have.
Or he just has like a sister or family or something back there.
Yeah, he's from Philly.
Fine. No, I'll stay. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I wonder what it was.
He thought he could keep that child a secret. Sandwich was disgusting.
This is next level, Murdoch. That guy's a vigilante.
He wasn't in possession of his mystical amulet or in the White Tiger outfit at the time of the incident. Allowing this type of totally inflammatory information will unfairly bias the jurors.
It suggests a pattern of behavior that drove Hector Ayala to kill Officer Shanahan on that subway platform.
The jury will be deliberating about the tragic events of a single evening. The proceedings must rest not on my client's clothing, but what happened on the platform that night.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm granting the motion in limine. The people are directed not to discuss or introduce any evidence of Hector Ayala's life as White Tiger or any acts of vigilantism.
This is some bullshit, Jerry.
Thank you, Ron.
Jails are revolving doors now. Police officers have their hands tied. I feel like nobody's being held accountable, and I'm sick and tired of being afraid.
I like the man on the street interviews.
I really, really do like those as well.
We just get to have like a feeling of how the city
They're
is.
like little tweets here and there.
Oh, he's still carrying that?
You cannot put that down.
Tail that guy.
Tail that guy.
Are they looking for the dude they're after?
I don't know.
Even the music is like flirting with the Daredevil theme a bit.
Yeah. It's the perfect cover. Who would believe that a blind guy was following you?
He's following me. Who? That blind guy right there.
I've always liked his homeless disguise that he would have.
Yeah. Like the beanie and the beat up gloves and stuff.
Hey.
Hey, I won't be able to make a reservation tonight. I'm meeting a new client. Rain check?
That kid.
Must be.
These aren't really necessary. Come to the office.
We appreciate your discretion.
That's not the kid.
Is that guy keeping track of Matt Murdock for Fisk? Or something?
I think she's just taking him on as a client, right?
Dr. Glenn, allow me to introduce
I don't
Mayor
know if
and
they
Mrs.
are aware of the
Fisk.
connection yet.
Oh, couples therapy.
Yep.
I was assaulted by a vigilante. The recovery process, it was quite involved. I couldn't stay in touch with Vanessa. I couldn't stay in communication with her. It was for the best.
Was it for the best for you, Vanessa?
I think in some ways it's...
It's a very interesting pattern of speech that they both started out with.
Found him. All right, I'll meet you there. You doing this now?
Yeah.
He's at 950 West 185th Street, apartment 30.
Meet you out front.
Uh-oh.
You're the only person standing between him and consecutive life sentences.
I can't, man. If I go against the cops, it's gonna be really bad for me.
It is already bad for you. They have located you. They're coming to kill you. You need to come with me now. Shit, they're already here. Nikki,
You can't let this guy die, man.
Nikki, I have a guy in Fort Tryon Park. He's gonna find you. He's gonna get you safe.
Okay.
NYPD, open up!
Hi, I'm a lawyer. He's gonna know him too.
I'm a really good lawyer. He has a Punisher tag. Oh, fuck.
Frank is gonna be
Frank's gonna hate that.
so angry about that.
Dude, that's
what brings him back, isn't it?
Where'd he go? Listen, man, I'm visually impaired. I'd love to help.
punching and kicking a blind guy.
Well, he didn't see anything.
We're gonna bring out the devil.
Or
he's gonna take it.
I know.
Man, it would be crazy if they
brought from the first episode.
a Punisher.
Don't do this. You don't want to do this.
Oh, shit! Damn!
Oh, Matt's rage is so good. So effective.
Oh, shit!
Fucking
that was
hurt, if not dead.
Do you call the police now? Oh, gonna need new glasses now. I guess maybe not.
Damn. It's not like he has to see through them, sure.
Jesus!
So fucking pumped for the show, baby. Baby! Subscribe!
There's no way there's anything else. Right?
No, probably not.
That's enough. God, I'm so
like. What do you call the cops then and like say, hey, I found the guy who's this? They were coming to kill my witness, and then
how do you explain
they were gonna kill me?
Beating up cops that well?
Because they were gonna kill. Oh, that part of it.
That well.
Sure. I took a self-defense and how to fight real close up.
They were doing yoga. I tripped and fell on them. That's what happened.
His arm is backwards.
Dude, that.
Yeah. And it's not just that the devil came out. It came out so violently. You know? Like, we often see Matt disarm people and stop them.
He's been repressing it for so long.
That it came out like water boiling, you know? I mean, went over the edge.
I feel like you had to in the moment there where they're just
gonna fucking execute him.
Execute the lawyer.
For being there.
When it
showed
so
that fucked up.
When it showed that guy has a Punisher tattoo, they might as well show a target on his forehead.
Literally, like
Punisher hates when people do that.
I love that. Like that's an interesting thing to bring into it.
Yeah.
It's like I remember like in real life,
yeah,
cops putting it on their car. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
having that kind of idea there.
No, I mean, what's the name of the actor that plays him? John Bernthal. He talks about how people will come up to him being like, hey, you know, I served overseas. I have a certain set of skills. There's something about the Punisher that speaks to me because I feel like this is something I could do. And he'll talk to him about that feeling of wanting to reclaim power and stuff. But he also talks about, like, Frank Castle
is not a good guy.
Is not the icon that you need to search for. Captain America is.
That's what Frank always says, too.
Yeah. I love
I'm
things,
the bad guy.
Yeah. I love in the comics is a thing where like those two meet.
Yeah.
That's such a cool moment to
Yeah,
have.
like Frank
Castle
will
and
kill
Steve
you
Rogers.
for this.
Yep.
God, I love that courtroom scene in season 2 where, like, you know, Matt's doing this great defense and he just stands up and says, I am the Punisher! You want me to be the Punisher? I am the Punisher! Oh, so good.
Optics.
I just want to hear him say red again. Say red.
Oh, but yeah, that's White Tiger.
Yes, it is.
Ayala is the last name of White Tiger.
Okay,
usually.
gotcha.
So whenever they said the name, I was like, I recognize
You got
the
it.
name.
All right, I appreciate you keeping the.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, oh, that's him.
Yeah. What was the name of the man that was they dedicated this episode to?
I assume it's the actor that plays
You
Hector.
think so? He
Is
passed away.
my assumption.
I was guessing that
He was
as
pretty
well.
top billed in there.
Kamar de los Reyes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the player, the actor of Hector.
I really enjoyed his.
He passed December of 2023.
Damn, that sucks. R.I.P. to that man. I really enjoyed his performance in this so far.
Yeah.
There was something especially about the scene where Matt is confronting him in the prison about being White Tiger that, like, he wasn't showing like shame or anything, but he has such a like understated pride about who he was, but also not. I don't know. There was something interesting about that I thought was really compelling in that scene.
Yeah.
You know, Matt often, Charlie Cox, does this amazingly. He doesn't look people in the eye, to the point where after he had left the Daredevil role, he still was having a problem with looking actors in the eye. But that guy also was avoiding eye contact,
Yeah.
It's like you don't want to look into somebody's soul and you'll see the truth there, There was something about that I really enjoyed. But yeah, R.I.P. to that man.
It looks like he passed from cancer.
Damn. Fuck cancer.
But no, the actor, the character of Hector seems interesting. I like that he wasn't there to be a vigilante. He saw someone just getting beat up on the street and tried to help them.
Yeah.
And there was never once them being like, even after the guy ran away, Nikki ran, and it was those three, they could have been like, hey, NYPD, we were, if they were doing some kind of something, or it was undercover work, or, whatever the case was, but they didn't do that,
Yeah.
Not until after he threw a guy into the, I guess he didn't throw him.
No, he tripped.
He was being attacked by him. I get that.
Yeah, at first I was like, could that guy be White Tiger? I was like, I wasn't extremely impressed with his fight, I thought there was that one punch that was super quick, but it was like, I don't know, maybe, but the idea that he doesn't have his amulet, doesn't have his power, and he still went in there to defend someone, it's pretty baller.
That's more just based on his general, I don't know, physical or his abilities to fight, but the amulet is meant to give more power typically in White Tiger.
I wonder if, we're firmly in the MCU now, but when I think back at Daredevil season 1 and its tone, they wouldn't necessarily go for superpowers, but now that we've had the Defenders and the MCU
Shit,
proper,
Luke Cage with
it's pretty easy to everybody just accepts this guy. Even the judge is like, hey, he didn't have his amulet,
Yeah, I know. I love that they just talk about it. Like, he did not have his magical amulet, thus he did not have his powers. And the judge he doesn't even blink at it.
I know. It really feels like another show that we've watched, or Aaron and I, in Arrow, like Arrow season 1 compared to the final season of Arrow, like what was possible and what they accepted as status quo is very different.
Corn.
Yeah. Evil corn.
So we already had Fisk threatening, or I don't know if that's like a hidden love child. I don't know if it's like a kid he's trying to just keep away in general.
Yeah.
The lady in that picture, who I would assume is like the kid's mom, I don't know, didn't look like the lady he was with at the funeral, right? That was a different lady,
was
right?
not her, yeah.
So it could be like some other secret relationship or something he had.
Yeah.
And just showing that is like, hey, remember this?
Yeah.
You know, I could say this, and then what? Now it's more of a blackmail thing, right?
Yeah. Which I recognize Commissioner Gallo's actor as well.
I recognize him too.
He's a character actor in a lot of things, but I can't nail down exactly what he's from. Just that, I've seen that guy in everything.
Or he reminds me of someone that I'm like super familiar with.
So BB is Ben Urich's niece then.
Yep.
Okay, so we got that confirmed. Calvin, you said that you thought you picked up a little bit of hostility towards Fisk from her?
Just like, I don't know whether it was nerves of her like meeting Wilson Fisk and having to like get out all of her questions and stuff like that, but she was strangely reserved and she had like a mouth twitch when he was mentioned by Wilson. It was like he was a great man and a great like reporter or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
she just had like
that could come from just unresolved.
It felt like a resentment twitch,
sure,
rather than a mourning twitch.
Yeah,
you know,
there could be resentment in that they never figured out what happened to him. You know, like there's a lack of closure when someone is murdered and there's no answers. But I get what you mean.
I figure probably most of the people that Ben knew who he was looking into and knew who was most likely to have killed him. It's just not a lot of evidence. I don't know. That's just my thinking.
What are you guys thinking of the marriage therapy?
It's very interesting.
I don't think it's a connection because of like Matt Murdock is dating her.
Yeah.
And I think it might just be like, hey, she has a book. She's a somewhat well-known therapist. Like, it may have just been a coincidence.
It seems to be
right?
That
one guy went.
Just a coincidence.
That one guy went and listened to kind of get an idea of like what all she says and all that, and then it's a discretion like putting him in there and not letting anyone know.
What do you feel about the young kid that was asking her for help?
Yeah, I don't know.
He seemed like he had a very disturbed state of mind in the shots that we saw, but nothing that I can think of in terms of.
It's an actor that I recognize. So if you go in the Law and Order kind of route, you're like, hey, I know that guy. Yeah. Is he going to be someone important?
But maybe he could be the graffiti artist. I'm not sure if White Tiger has anything with graffiti. I was just going with that in the first episode.
Sure,
but
I don't know. It could be.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the graffiti stuff. I don't know if it's going to be a new character. We just don't.
Yeah, I don't
know what kind of therapy issues he needs help with, because he was like, I need help, and he seemed scared or something.
He seemed like he was worried about, I don't know. My feeling on it was that he was worried that he would do something, not that something would happen to him.
I need help. Something's wrong with me, and I'm gonna hurt somebody.
Maybe like
that's kind of what it felt like. Yeah,
could be like schizophrenic kind of stuff. Could it be? Maybe it's related to the last episode you had Fisk talking about the dark, violent natures that we have, trying to like control that. Or
seems like the city's just gonna explode, but New York is strong.
Yeah. Like whenever they were talking about you threw him off that building, you know, that kind of thing. Like maybe it's related to some kind of just like dark, violent natures that people have, and I don't know. I don't know what route it's going with him.
Did Matt bring the White Tiger idea to the judge? Do you think?
Yeah, I would imagine.
It wasn't that the police found anything.
Well, because he said that if we found it, the police are going to find out.
So
about
he was
it
just trying to get ahead of it.
Yeah, I think so. And coming to it as coming ahead of it instead of them being like, look what they were hiding. More of like, here's what's been discovered, and I want to bring this to light is probably going to be more favorable than them like, hey, let's just hope they don't find it.
So those two cops that were beating on Matt, like the one's arm is definitely like, is the one dead?
The one that landed on his head?
He landed on his neck.
On the side of his neck.
He might not be dead, but that looked painful. But maybe he's not dead.
It would not surprise me if that neck angle and crack resulted in death, and I was unsure if Matt's was just fucking they pushed me this far, or like
I killed a cop.
I killed someone.
Now I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's either hospitalized, paralyzed, or dead.
I mean, Poindexter fell off like a 6-story building, and he's alive.
Yeah, but
I know. I think he has a steel spine. But I don't think that would stop. Like that's a pretty high.
He has good aim.
He does have good aim.
I don't know.
He does.
When did his spine get replaced?
Like at the end, like isn't that like how the season ends with him like getting like his spine, something going on with his spine, and then you see his eye open or something.
I don't remember.
And I know that's a thing with the character in the comics, but even if you had that, I don't know if you would survive a sixth floor fall just because you have a different alloy in your spine.
Yeah,
your lungs would still collapse.
I was gonna say it's not gonna stop your ribs from breaking and puncturing your lungs, and your brain from being concussed inside of your skull, and you fracturing your face and breaking your legs, and
So at the end, whenever he comes back in, he fights Kingpin too, right? Kingpin breaks his spine.
Yeah.
During the violent confrontation.
On like the corner.
Leaving him paralyzed, unable to walk due to severe spine injury, essentially marks his transformation into the full-fledged villain Bullseye. I mean, he must have had something.
Yeah.
It doesn't say at that point, but it said that his spine was broken, which I remembered something about that. So yeah, he must just be.
Yeah.
They did some kind of thing to him. I forgot. We had a Spider-Man reference.
We did have this.
I don't want to forget about that.
Yeah, they didn't specifically say Spider-Man, but they said
a
guy in the spider suit.
costume or something. Yeah. So, but him and Daredevil was mentioned. White Tiger was mentioned.
Yeah.
So like we had just a
Punisher, and Matt has represented all of them except for himself, I guess, right?
Yep.
He represented Frank, White Tiger now, and he at least was consulting Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, poll for this week is the show has returned / been born again. How you feeling? Do you feel like, oh man, this feels exactly like the old show? Or do you feel like it feels new in a good way or in a bad way? Those options in that poll will be over at blindwave.com on the page for this episode, for episode 2 of season 1 of Daredevil Born Again. I'm excited that we're here. I'm excited for next week. And as always, I am terrified of the ending.
Yep.
True.
But it must. And we will get there.
Guys, thank you so much for watching Daredevil Born Again with us. We will be back next week, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the videos, and full length as well as the poll, all at blindwave.com. So check it out over there or down there. What, Calvin?
You
Shut up!